There's probably a bird's nest closer to your home than you think. Not out in the forest, not miles away. I mean right there tucked behind a hanging planter, wedged in a vine by the back door, balanced on a window ledge you walk past every day. And if you've ever spotted one, you might have shrugged and thought, cute. Then you moved on. But here's the part most people never consider. That nest is not a random accident. It's the end result of a decision the bird worked up to, and the decision had you in it. Because building a nest is not like choosing a perch for the afternoon. A perch is temporary. A nest is a commitment. Once eggs are laid, there's no moving day. If the spot turns out to be wrong, the loss isn't small. It's everything. Eggs, chicks, time, energy. Sometimes the parents, too. So when a bird chooses a place near people, it's not being brave for fun. It's calculating. Think about what a nest really costs. A bird doesn't bring one stick and call it a home. It makes trip after trip, day after day, collecting fibers, mud, grass, building a structure that has to hold steady through wind, rain, heat, and the kind of sudden chaos that happens around houses. And it doesn't build mindlessly, either. It tests the support. It adjusts the shape. It reworks weak spots. It angles the cup to protect what's inside. All of that effort only makes sense if the location passes a quiet checklist. Is there cover? Is there a quick escape route? Are predators likely to reach it? Is food close enough to make constant feeding possible? And then there's the biggest factor of all, the one that changes everything. The human factor. Because a backyard isn't just trees and shade, it's doors opening, footsteps, lawnmowers, dogs, cats, sudden movement, unpredictable noise. So, before a nest appears, something else usually happens first. A bird watches. It watches when you step outside. It watches how you move. It watches what follows you. And by the time you finally notice a nest near your home, chances are that bird has already been studying you for longer than you realize. In part 2, I'll show you the 3 trust tests birds use around human homes and the one small habit that makes them abandon a perfect nest site overnight. So what does watching you actually look like? It's not dramatic. Birds don't sit there like tiny detectives with a notebook, but they do run tests, quiet ones, before they spend days building a home near a human. Here are the 3 trust tests most backyard nesters use, and you can spot them if you know what to look for. Test Hasson, the repeat visit test. Before there's ever a single strand of grass, the bird starts showing up on schedule. Same corner, same time of day, same branch or gutter edge. It's not just scouting the structure, it's measuring stability. Do you come out swinging the door open? Do you let a dog explode into the yard? Do you rush toward it without thinking? If the bird gets spooked the same way twice, that location drops down its list fast. Test #2, the distance creep test. This is the one most people accidentally fail. The bird begins at a safe distance, then it shifts closer over days. Not all at once, just inches at a time. It's checking if you're predictable. If you move in the same calm way every time, it learns your safe radius. But if one day you suddenly sprint outside, wave your arms, or chase it off just to see it fly, you don't just scare it for a moment. You teach it that you are random. And random is worse than dangerous, because random can't be planned around. Test #3, the construction trial. When the bird finally commits, it doesn't start with the nest, it starts with materials. You'll see a bird bring one piece of grass, then leave. Come back with a second piece, then leave again. That's not forgetfulness, that's a trial run. It's testing whether it can work without being interrupted, and whether predators or people notice the activity. Now here's the part nobody likes to hear. The most common reason a perfect-looking nest spot gets abandoned is not wind, not rain, not even predators. It's human curiosity. You notice the early building, you walk over, you lean in, you take photos, you check again the next day, and suddenly, the bird's private safe zone becomes a place with constant attention. In part 3, I'm going to show you what the location of a nest near your home reveals, because not all nearby nests mean the same thing. Some are tolerance, some are trust, and one specific placement is basically a bird saying, I've decided you're safe. Here's where it gets interesting. A nest near your house doesn't mean one thing. It can mean three very different levels of risk, and birds place nests differently depending on how they've ranked you and your space. Think of it like a trust ladder. Level 1, the edge nest. I'll use your yard, but I don't trust you. These are the nests tucked deep in bushes at the far fence line, or hidden in a corner you rarely walk near. The bird is taking advantage of your plants and shelter, but it's keeping you at arm's length. If you approach, the parents vanish fast. They don't want you knowing the exact spot. This isn't friendship, it's strategic distance. Level 2, the shared space nest. I can predict you. These are the nests in mid-yard shrubs, under a deck, or in a tree that's close enough that you could notice it, but not so close that you constantly pass by. This is where routine matters. The bird isn't betting that you're nice. It's betting that you're consistent. You walk the same path. You water the plants at the same time. You don't suddenly grab branches and shake the world. It's not affection. It's a calculated relationship with your habits. Level 3, the doorway nest. You are part of my protection. This is the bold one. The nest on the porch light, the hanging basket by the entryway, the wreath, the ledge right outside your window. It looks crazy until you understand the logic. To many birds, humans are not just danger. Humans are also deterrents. Cats and some predators avoid busy human zones. Hawks don't love tight spaces near walls. Even other birds hesitate when there's constant human movement nearby. So, if a bird builds right by your door, it may be using something you don't even realize you provide. A shield of predictable activity. And that's why these nests often appear in the exact places you use every day, because the bird has already tested your behavior and decided it can build while you live your life. Now, there's a hard truth here. The closer the nest is to your daily path, the less margin for error the bird has. One curious look becomes 10. One photo becomes a habit. And once attention becomes a pattern, the bird may decide the cost is too high. In part 4, I'll explain the final verdict these birds are making about you and the simple way to live alongside a nest without pushing the parents into panic. So what does it really mean? When a bird builds a nest near your home, it doesn't mean the bird loves people. It doesn't mean it's trying to be your pet. And it definitely doesn't mean it feels safe everywhere. It means something simpler, and honestly more impressive. It has decided your world is predictable enough to raise its young inside it. That's the verdict. A bird doesn't need you to be gentle in some magical Disney way. It needs you to be consistent, because consistency can be planned around. Consistency can be survived. If you think about it, that's a pretty wild thing for a small animal to do, build a fragile cup of grass and mud in a place where giant, loud creatures walk around every day, and still believe that the odds are good. But here's the second truth. That verdict is not permanent. It's not a lifetime award. It's a seasonal decision, and it can be reversed quickly if your behavior starts changing in ways the bird can't predict. So, if you ever find a nest near your porch, your window, your vines, your hanging basket, here's the best way to live alongside it without turning your home into a stress test. 1. Stop checking it. Curiosity feels harmless to us. To a nesting bird, repeated attention is a threat pattern. If you've seen it once, that's enough. 2. Keep your routine boring. Walk the same path. Move the same way. Don't suddenly start standing close, pointing, filming, or bringing friends over to see the nest. 3. Control the real danger. If you can, keep cats indoors. Keep dogs leashed near that area. Predators don't need many chances. 4. Give it an exit. Don't block the bird's approach route. Don't hang new decorations right beside the nest. Don't prune the branches it uses as cover. Because the goal isn't to help in a dramatic way. The goal is to stay the same safe, boring part of the landscape the bird already decided you were. And if you've ever noticed a nest near your home, I'd love to know where it was. Porch light, hanging basket, vines, fence line. Tell me in the comments. If this changed how you look at the birds around your house, subscribe for more backyard birdmind stories like this. And share this with someone who has a nest nearby, because they might be closer to being trusted by a wild animal than they realize.